Everybody thinks you need 20% down to buy a house, and that belief is keeping people stuck in this cycle of renting and not being able to get to the place where they are owning their own property. Today, we're going to talk all about it. I'm glad you tuned in. Sit back, make yourself a cocktail, and enjoy the show. So first of all, I made this drink off camera, and you'll see the shorts about making the drink, and I'll give the exact ingredients down below. But it essentially has crown peach, it has some strawberry nectar, and it has some orange juice that has pineapple in it, a couple of shakes of bitters, and it is the perfect little cocktail. So that's what we're having today. And I know normally that we are usually in a pub or a neighborhood cocktail lounge somewhere, but today we are at the Exchange. And the Exchange is home for Locale Realty Group, which is my real estate group. Locale Real Estate Group, which is my real estate group. And so I am excited to be here. Also in the Exchange, there is places where you can meet with other experienced realtors. You can gain knowledge. If there are certain areas that you need more education on, this is a place where you can come and gain all the skills that you need in order to be the best version of yourself. Recently, I was hearing people talk about something called Toastmasters, where they were working on public speaking and things like that. And so the Exchange it's essential to our neighborhood down here. And so I'm excited to be here and filming here. And so I had to bring my own cocktail ingredients because, you know what? Keys, contracts, and cocktails can happen anywhere. So I introduced my drink to you, and I don't have a name for it, so maybe you can help me with the name. I was like, is it Keys, Contracts, and Cocktails? Cocktail? That's stupid. So we got to figure out a name for it. Until then, I'll keep sipping. But today, we normally have guests on the show as well, and I am here all by myself, talking to you, and so hopefully I will keep you as entertained as some of my guests have in the past, but we will see. Today we're breaking down real ways people are coming up with their down payments. And that word scares people, like down payment. How much am I going to need? How much is this going to break me? All those things. And so one of these ways may make you a little uncomfortable. So we will see. We're going to do there's going to be some live calling that I'm going to do on video, and I'm not going to cut it out. So whatever is said will be said, and y'all will get the real. So let's first talk about what is a down payment, right? So a down payment is the money that is needed out of pocket from you, the buyer, to purchase a home. Now, down payments can range depending on what your credit is, your debt to income. The bank will tell you how much you need. But in general, people believe that it's this huge 20% of the amount of the home is what you need for a down payment. And that's seriously not true. There's so many different ways, so many creative strategies we can use to make sure that you have the down payment that you can afford. So, and I think many buyers, I think people in general, you don't got $20,000 sitting in the bank. Like it just doesn't. The math ain't mathin', like most people just don't have that type of money sitting around. And maybe you have it in a 401k, maybe you have it in some other stocks and trades and things like that. But just, $20,000 to be like, yeah, I got that for a down payment. That might be a little bit harder for folks to come up with. So if you are in that boat where you feel like, no, I ain't got it. And see, if you're one of those people that are talking about like, see how my check is set up is, then this is a show for you. Sit back, relax. If you want to pause the video, make yourself a cocktail, go get the ingredients. Like I said, crown peach, strawberry nectar, bitters, and some orange pineapple juice. It's like a mixture. So, and you can make you a cocktail too, and we can sit back and chat. So, first thing we're going to go over, now that you understand or have a general understanding about what a down payment is and the purpose. Well, I guess I didn't get into the purpose too much. The purpose is to make sure that you have some skin in the game, basically. Banks want to know that you are serious about this loan, you're serious about repaying it, you're serious about getting them their return on investment. So they want to know that you have some skin in the game, that you are willing to put forth some money that you have been saving, or some money that you wouldn't normally just drop $20,000 on anything. You wouldn't normally just drop $5,000-$6,000 willy-nilly. So they want to know that you have some skin in the game, and that is your down payment, basically. So let's get into the real ways that people are making this happen. Me being one of them, because when I bought my house, who got $20,000? No, nobody. I didn't have it. And so I just want to talk about some different strategies that you can absolutely use today to come up with your down payment, okay? And yes, I took notes because I'm a professional. Don't come for me. Okay, so strategy 1 is finding some low down payment loans. So if you can qualify for a low down payment loan, you are headed in the right freaking direction, okay? I'm talking about FHA loans. I'm talking about conventional loans that only require 3% down, those type of things. VA loans where there's 0% down, which, as they should. Veterans should have the most benefit for sure. So the VA loans are 0%. There's some FHA loans that sit at 3%, but they can range anywhere from 3 to 4, 4.5, something like that, that you would need down. Okay, I'm not talking about interest rates. I'm talking about the percentage down. So think about that. FHA is one of those loan products that are very protective of the buyer. So they are going to make sure that the home that you are buying is not going to cause you any immediate stress in your life. So we're talking, they want to make sure that there's no paint peeling, that all of the huge ticket items like your furnace and your water heater and your AC unit are all working properly. They want to make sure that roof is in good condition. They want to make sure your foundation is foundationing. Okay, so FHA is very, very protective over the buyers to make sure they don't get into a situation that is going to cost them long term. Now, sellers, on the other hand, may not find pleasure necessarily in the FHA process because they are crossing those T's and dotting those I's. And if there are things that need to be repaired, they're going to require that seller to make those repairs in order for the loan to go through. Okay? So, but if you have a good standing house, this should not be a problem. If there are small things, most buyers don't have an issue with making small repairs, putting a railing up and things like that, just to make sure everyone is safe in that home. So that's your first option. And this is where, when I'm talking to people, this is where the mind shift starts to change usually, because most people don't know that as little as 3.5%, as little as 0%, as little as 5% down can get you into a house, okay? That amount of money can come from a tax return. That amount of money is obtainable. That amount of money is add a couple paychecks together until I get there type of money, right? But 20% down is something else. So I just wanted to make sure that my viewers knew the 20% down, that's not a thing. We're going to focus on strategy number 2 now. So let's say you can't get you can't get one of those products that have a low down payment, right? Oh, before I move on, I wanted to bring up, I recently had a buyer that was able to qualify for grant funds for their down payment. The grant funds, you have to be below a certain income, you have to be above a certain credit, and below a certain debt to income ratio. Like there's certain qualifications to get in there, right? But once you qualified for that, they would give up to $15,000 towards your down payment, closing costs, any of those concessions that you need at the end, taxes, prorated taxes, those type of things. So up to $15,000. That is such a savings in its own that most people just don't even know about. So the particular lender that I went through for that was Viridian Credit Union. And I don't know if there's other lenders. There could definitely be other lenders that have this grant right now, but keep that number in mind. It was like 15,000 free money. You had to have $1,000 investment. That's all I remember. Give them a call. Okay. I'll put their number in the comments below as well. Or maybe it'll be on the screen somewhere right here. I don't know. We'll figure it out at the end. If it's there, it's there. If not, look in the comments, okay? All right, so strategy number 2 is simply asking someone for some funds. And I know this sounds crazy, right? Just, hey, daddy, daddy as in your father. Hey, daddy, can I have $6,000 or $7,000 so I could buy a house? But people do it all the time. It's like a real thing. And to me, it sounds like crazy. Like, what am I about to ask my parents for $6,000 or $7,000? Like, no, I'm not doing that. But like, there's lots of people and there's lots of parents that are willing to give their children a gift to help them buy a house. And gifts are absolutely countable funds for a down payment. Absolutely. You can get a gift from a family member and that can count towards your money. You can get a gift from multiple family members and that can count towards your money. A lot of people would say, I don't want to ask, that feels awkward, those type of things. So I'm going to just call some folks for you and show you how to do it, okay? Wait a minute. Now, these people do not know that I'm calling them, so we'll see what they say. They're my family. What they gonna tell me? No? Yeah, that's what they gonna tell me, actually. Hold on. All right, let's start with my mother.
Hello?
Hi, Mommy.
Hello?
Hi, Mommy.
Hi.
What you doing?
Playing on my phone.
Oh, okay. I got a question for you.
Okay. Might have an answer.
Okay. Can I have $7,000 so I can buy a house? Can I have $7,000 so I can buy a house?
What house you trying to buy for $7,000?
That's just the down payment. I need $7,000 for the house for the down payment.
Right. Yep.
I'm trying to buy a bigger house.
For business. But I overheard you talking about again. Oh Lord. Okay. Let me see what I can do.
See? Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. I'm recording my podcast right now, and we were going over down payment strategies. And one of the strategies is you could literally ask your family for a gift, and it can count towards your down payment. And they was like, ain't nobody gonna do that. Ain't nobody's family about to do that for them. I said, I'm about to call my mama right now, see what she say. So
you got me on a podcast?
I do got you on the podcast, Mother. Say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Yes. So I don't actually need 7,000.
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay, so you see what just happened there. I just called my mom. She was like, oh, Lord. She laughed at me a little bit. She was taken aback. She was not trying to hear it, but then she came around and said, let me see what I can do. Now, knowing my mama, she'd have been like, baby, I ain't got $7,000 to give you, but maybe I could go to this casino and see what I can gather. But I don't know what her final answer would be, and I would never have her like looking into her accounts and trying to figure that out for me right now, because I don't actually need to buy a house right this second. But that's an example of how you would ask your family for $7,000. Now, let's try my baby brother. He's the baby in our family, but he's not actually a baby. We'll see what he says. Oh, Lordy Lord. Let's see.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Cool. Next time you call me, you go into voicemail too. I got a lot of siblings, so let's see. Who can we try next? Let's try Bree. See what happened. Bree might got it. See?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
I'm starting to feel some type of way. Like, when I call you, answer the phone. Like, what are we doing? I don't like it. We're going to come back to that one. We're going to try them later. See if they send me the voicemail for a second time. But the point of that segment is just to show you how awkward yet effective it can be to ask for a gift from your family. And maybe you don't have the type of family that can offer gifts of that gratitude. Maybe your family can only give you a little bit each month. And maybe they can give, $50 a month while you save also. And they can throw it into a savings account for you. And they can just do a little bit of it at a time, as well as you saving a little bit at a time. That's definitely a strategy that you can work towards. Or one thing I seen one of my buyers do was that for their birthday, holiday, anniversary, Christmas, they said, all I want is for people to give to my down payment fund. So she would put up her Cash App or Venmo or whatever, and people were able to give to this down payment fund she had set up for her and her family to be able to buy a house. And instead of accepting, birthday presents that you may or may not like, that you may keep or you may return, this is something that definitely can be useful and definitely can be effective in making sure that you get your down payment. So that is the tricky one. That's the one that takes people for a loop. But just remember, when you are getting gifts for down payment, all gifts must be documented, right? No repayment is to be expected. So if it's documented, it should not have documentation about being a loan or have a repayment schedule or anything like that. And There also might be a requirement from the lender that there is a gift letter attached to that amount. And this is something that you can have filled out for them, and then they're just signing and dating and putting in an amount. I have gifted so-and-so $50 on this date, signature, date, done, and then this is the letter that you can keep. And if it's people that are giving to a Cash App or something like that, then you can just ask them to put in an email where you can send them this letter and they can send it back to you filled out. Super duper simple, okay? And also, you should have an agent that is helping you with this. So if you don't, you need to give me a call, baby, because I would have had a letter already pre-filled out for you, and any Cash Apps or Venmos or Zelles that you received, that email would have already been out to them, signed through .loop, DocuSign, something where they can sign electronically, and we would have had it back already. So I'm just saying, if if you don't got an agent that's working that hard for you, then you need to get you a new agent. Strategy number 3. Okay, so in Nebraska and Iowa, there are programs that people don't even know exist. And this is something that we kind of talked on a little bit earlier, but there's literally money sitting there that people aren't really using. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about today is the down payment assistance programs. There are so many in our area. If you don't qualify for one, you'll qualify for the other. If there is certain qualifications for this program that fits your exact needs, then you have a plan. You have something, you have a goal to reach. You have the sights set on that particular plan. So let's talk about some of those, right? In our area, we have Omaha 100. We have Habitat for Humanity. We have something called the FHLB grants. I hope I'm getting those initials right. FHLB, I believe so. Let me check real quick so I don't sound stupid real quick for y'all. 1 second, because I got them in my email. One second. Let me scroll up a second. FHLB. Is that what I said the first time? I think that's what I said the first time. But yes, FHLB grants available. And like I said, I learned about those grant funds from Veridian. I'm not sure if other lenders have those or not, but that's definitely something that I saw as a huge tool to help people get into the homes that they deserve to have, right? So one other thing, hold on, let me refresh my cocktail. A little ice. Perfect. Okay, so some of these other programs, like I mentioned previously, like Habitat for Humanity, each program has their own requirements, their own eligibility standards, their own limits when it comes to credit or debt to income ratio, those type of things. So you're going to need to do a little research and figure out which one works best for what you have going on when it comes to your personal income and credit and assets and things like that. It's also better to know than not know. So if you speak to, like, let's say you reach out to me and you want to know how much will it take or what will it take for you to be able to get a home, and I send you to a lender, or I give you a couple referrals to different lenders that I've worked well with in the past, you have to actually follow through with it. Go and provide them the information that they need, complete the application that they ask for, send in the required documents, and most lenders will give you a play-by-play on things that you can do to improve your credit or to get you to the point where you could qualify. They're not just going to tell you, at least the folks that I'll refer to you will never just be like, you don't qualify, the end, call me back when you can do better. You know, like they're going to tell you, okay, so all the programs that I have this minimum credit score of this amount. This is where you're at. This is where you need to be. And what's mostly affecting your credit are these things. So address these things first and you'll see the biggest increase. That's what a good lender will do for you. So just don't think that if you in your head right now, like, oh, I'm not going to qualify because my credit is whatever it is. Still speak to that lender. Come up with a plan. You, me, and that lender can come up with a strategic plan for you to help you get to that point. And we can use these down payment assistance programs so there's less out-of-pocket expense for you. And then it's a quicker turnaround to get you into out here house searching, home searching, finding that dream home, right? Because that's less money you have to have saved. So, and there's so many programs. Like, there's a lot of programs for down payment assistance, like lots of them. You can Google right now. Wait, I'm about to do it. You can Google down payment assistance, Nebraska. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different agencies came up that offer some type of down payment assistance program. So the down payment, a non-issue. It's a non-issue when it comes to buying a house. You will have, and I don't want to get on here pretending like you're not going to be able, you don't have to have some type of investment in your home. You absolutely do. Of course you do. It's your home. So you're going to have some skin in the game. But these programs, the down payment assistance programs, give you the opportunity to have less funds up front while also having some skin in the game. There's also the NIFA program where it's down payment assistance, words are hard, comes in a form of a second loan. And some other down payment assistance programs come in that same form. You get a second loan to cover that down payment at a lower interest rate than that first payment, shorter terms. So maybe that one is for 10 years or 12 years or something like that, but they're shorter terms. It's not the 30-year mortgage that you'll be paying on your normal house. And then those payments are put together and that's your monthly payment. And so after that down payment assistance is paid off, then your payment will drop, right? And so it's a way to be able to help first-time home buyers get into homes without having to have a shit ton of money up front. So that was strategy number 3, right? And we went into detail a little bit about that. Strategy 4. This is going to require you to have a bomb-ass agent. I'm just saying. You got to have an agent that is willing to work for you. You got to have an agent that is willing to work for you. So strategy 4 is about getting those seller credits, those concessions, right? So this is, first of all, a huge negotiating tool, and it lies on your agent's back to make sure that that is presented to you and that you agree and that you can, and that agent can negotiate with the agent that is representing the listing or the house for sale, right? And it can be very useful in certain markets, like the buyer's market that we're in currently. It can offer you, sometimes can get you your full closing costs paid, or it can offer 3%, 3% of the total price of the home to go towards closing costs. There's lots of different strategies you can use. In some cases, because people will need to have all of those closing costs, and that may be a struggle, that may be something that is hard to stomach financially, they will say, hey, seller, I'll go up in the price a couple $1,000s if you'll cover these closing costs. And that is a negotiating tip that a good realtor can use to make sure that your pockets aren't completely empty at the end of this sale. That should matter to your agent, that you're not house poor, okay? So, lots of people use those strategies to make sure that the closing costs, down payment, anything that it can be used for, at the end of the day, it's less money coming out of your pocket. So that was your fourth strategy. Strategy 5. Okay, so number 5. And we talked a little bit about this earlier too. That tax refund. It's something you get every single year. If you are someone that gets a tax refund, there's no reason in the world you can't keep that money and use it towards your down payment, use it towards your closing costs, use it towards getting you a home and getting out of the cycle of renting, right? I mean, people spend their tax refunds, right? But buyers, they leverage it. Use it as a benefit for yourself and to upgrade your family. This is one of the many strategies I use to make sure that my family and I were able to purchase a home and start using generational wealth to uplift the next generations, right? At some point in my life, there was a time where I was getting a refund. And you get a tax refund either because of earned income credit, child tax credit, a combination of both. Maybe you paid too much into taxes and now you're getting a refund. Whatever the scenario is, if the IRS sends you a check, a direct deposit, for money you do not have to pay them, it's basically free money. It's like, I don't know if this is girl math or what, but it's basically free money. Like, if you don't take that free money and do something amazing with it, you could put that money into savings and then wait till you need it to put towards your down payment or your closing costs. Like, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to have a large chunk of funds that you don't have to work for, or, and I get that you did work, it was taken out of your payroll and it was, sent to the IRS and things like that. But if it was a refund, it should never have been paid to them anyway, right? Not a whole lot of opportunities besides winning the lottery or, something like that, where you can just have a nice chunk of money to do something positive with. Every other money you get, you are working for it. And hopefully one day you'll have the opportunity to have passive income, which is something I'm working towards right now, where the money makes itself and I don't have to be involved. It's just building in the account. That's what I'm looking for, because I'm tired. Whew. Anyway, so strategy 5 is that tax refund. Or if you get a bonus at work, let's say you've been doing your thing all year long and the company wants to be like, at the end of the year, here's a bonus to everybody that met their goals, and you just happen to be that person who met their goals. That's free money, right? So why not put that money into an account? Hopefully it's an interest-bearing account, and keep it for when you are ready to buy a house. Keep it for closing day. Keep it to buy your family a home where wealth can continue to be replicated, and you're building equity and all of these things for your family or for yourself, So that was strategy number 5. So now we're on to the last strategy. Strategy number 6. Hold on. Strategy number 6. All right. So for some reason, I was looking this up and, doing my research ahead of time. And a lot of people call this strategy house hacking. So I'm going to go with that. We're going to call it house hacking because I like how that sounds. It sounds like I'm getting away with something that I shouldn't be, living on the edge. And anybody that knows me knows that I would never. I'm a rule follower, okay? Okay, so, but this feels a little risque. So, house hacking. This is when buyers use the opportunity for the home to be income producing as a way to qualify for the loan. Okay, stay with me here. So this scenario is, let's say you buy a duplex, right? It has 2 doors. You buy a duplex. You live on one side, you rent out the other side. The rent potential for this other side can be counted towards income to help you qualify for the total purchase, which is something to wrap your head around, right? So just the potential of what that rent could look like, that income from that second unit, is what can qualify you for that loan, or qualify you maybe to have a less down payment, or they can take those assets to make your interest rate lower, all types of things. So keep that in mind, right? And even if it's a 4-plex, let's say you buy a 4-plex, you live in 1, you rent out 3, all 3 of those units can be income producing. And the potential rent, even though they haven't been rented yet, the potential of those 3 other units can be used to qualify you for the loan. I know, mind blown. I know. It's crazy, but it's true. So the thing of it is that now you have 6 different strategies that you can see how it fits into your life differently, how, what your income is, your assets, what works best for you. But you have 6 different strategies that you can use to come up with your down payment assistance. So I don't want to hear it anymore that I need 20%. I don't got 20%. Where am I come up with 20%? Who got that much money? I don't want to hear it because it's not a thing. It's a non-factor. Who told you that? They lied. It's over. It's done. It's tilt. Okay. We're not going there no more. So, because at the end of the day, what I want to promote is home ownership. And home ownership is not about having money, just having money sitting in the bank so you can put towards a down payment. It's about having a plan. That's it. So on our bigger mission, for a lot of people, they know, or a lot of people know that my biggest mission in life is to build stronger communities. I want to see it where we are homeowners again in Black and brown communities, and we are promoting that to our next generations, and our next generations are actually able to obtain that. And I know it's hard with the economy that we're in right now, and I get all of that, believe me. But I still want to make sure that people have that as a goal, and that's creating a mindset shift within our communities, especially our communities of color. I don't know that a lot of us were taught these strategies. I know that I was not. I thought I needed to save. I did consider the tax refund because I was just like, it's free money. And instead of spending it on a TV or shoes or purses or vacations or all of the things that depreciate in value, I want to put it into something that's going to actually change the trajectory of my life. And so looking into that, home ownership is that first step. Always has been, always will be. You got to own a home in order to move up the ladder, right? Move up that ladder when it comes to financial stability, financial wealth, passive income, to just playing golf one day while your money is making money. Not that I want to play golf. I really don't. But there's some other shit I could be doing. So that has always been a real big passion of mine. I just want to make sure that our communities, Black and brown communities, are achieving home ownership at the same rate as other communities. And I think it's all about the knowledge. And so that's what this channel is about, giving you the tea so you can get the money in order to build yourself up and build your family up. Like, we are not gatekeeping information around here. No. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I'm not ready, I want you to stop guessing. Let's actually look at your numbers. Let's create a strategic plan together. All you have to do, and there's no commitment past this point, but all you need to do is book a consultation with me. That's all you need to do, seriously. And then we can go over it with a lender. We can see where you're at. We can create a plan. I can help you stick to that plan. We can create a budget together. We can take this step by step, and it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. Like I said, I want to build stronger communities. That's not something that happens overnight. And I'm in it for the long haul. So when you're ready to start, I'm ready to start. All you have to do is DM me the word plan, right? Or you can put it in the comments, plan. Or you can simply email me at felicia.bonner@nebraskarealty.com. And I will get back to you. Put some contact information in there, and we'll definitely get started on this plan for you, because tomorrow is going to come, and it'll be one more day that you weren't planning or setting aside money or reaching the goal. So let's create a plan together. Let's create a budget together. Let's do it. And I also want to encourage everyone to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can get notifications when another episode of Keys, Contract, and Cocktails drops, which I'm trying. And I know y'all talking like, dang, you don't barely put it out. I'm trying, okay? I'm a realtor. I'm out here selling houses and doing all kinds of stuff, so I'm trying. I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks, though. And then eventually it's going to get to weekly. That sounds like a lot. But I know there's a lot of information that needs to be given, and to do it in the masses this way. And this is something that you can literally play in the background while you are cooking dinner or folding laundry or whatever, and you're still going to obtain that information. And it's not something you have to get out of your house and come to a class and sit down and all of that. I feel like this gives more engagement, and it gives you the opportunity to listen when you are able to, when you have the capacity to, because life be lifing out here, and I get that. But if you are interested in understanding this market, figuring out what you can do to be a part of it, understanding how this market can work in your favor, all of those things, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe for the real game. The real estate game. That was corny. Subscribe for the real game, the real estate game. Just ignore me. It's fun. It's fine. I've been doing cringy shit all week. Y'all should follow me on TikTok because I made the most cringiest video I've ever made in my life and immediately regretted it. But it's out there and it's building views. And I kind of want to take it down, but I'm not. It's fine. It's whatever. Oh, my brother is calling back. Hold on. Let's see what he says. Hey.
Sorry, Mr. Call. I just got literally walking the door when you called me.
Did you? Okay. No, it's okay. I just wanted to ask you a quick question.
What's up?
Do you got $7,000 I can have for a down payment for a house?
Goddamn, hold on, what? Say it
again. Do you got $7,000 I can have for a down payment for a house?
$7,000. Obviously, my credit max is $6,000 right now. What?
I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking around. I'm actually recording my podcast right now, and one of the strategies that we have on here is ask family for a gift. That's one of the strategies for your down payment. And people were saying, I can't ask my family for that much money. So I was like, I'm going to just call my family on camera and show you how to do it. And so I called you and Mama. Both of y'all laughed at me.
I'm sorry, child. I straight failed the test because I'm broke to the hell broke, okay? So my mother says I'm not the one you want to call on to win this race.
Mama was like, ooh, wee. I was like, Mom, I'm just playing. Stressed her out for no reason.
I'm a thousandaire. Right. I'm broke thousandaire, okay?
Bree sent my ass a voicemail, so I was like, all right, cool. But anyway, that's all I wanted.
All right, I'm about to actually hop in the shower, so.
Okay, bye.
Talk to you soon. Love you.
Love you too. So yeah, there we go. One brother called me back. Ain't nobody else called me back. They sent me the voicemail. It's fine. I'm going to remember that. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Keys, Contracts, and Cocktails. It's really been exciting and a journey for me to actually sit in front of a camera and talk. And, usually I have my safety blanket of other guests. The camera cannot be on me, it can be on them. But I literally sat here and talked to the camera for the entire time. So, yay, I did it. And I'm hopeful that you guys found this information helpful. I hope that you found it to be useful, and I hope these are actual strategies that you can implement to make sure that you are able to become a homeowner really soon. And I also hope that I am the agent that helps you get there. So let's walk this journey together. I'm getting another call. Let's walk this journey together, and I can't wait to welcome you home. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things you do on YouTube, and share it. Also share it put it on your social medias. If there's information that you found helpful, send it to your sister, send it to your cousin, your brother, your mama, whoever. Let's get the word out that homeownership is something that can happen in reality. It's not something in your dreams. It's actually achievable. You just got to get the right agent. Okay, peace.